Alara Voss. My name is Alara Voss, and I've seen things no human should ever witness. I'm not talking about ghosts or monsters, but a planet that doesn't just kill you. It toys with you! First, it crawls into your head, twists your thoughts, and makes you question everything you've ever known before. It decides your fate. This is the story of Kepler. 77b, a world so strange, so terrifying, that even NASA's top scientists can't explain what we found there. And trust me, by the time this video ends, you'll be questioning whether we're alone in the universe, if we're better off not knowing what's out there. It started with a signal. Not just any signal, but a pulse-sharp, rhythmic, almost like a heartbeat picked up by the Kepler Space Telescope in 2023. Scientists thought it was a glitch at first, a random burst of cosmic noise from a distant star. But this wasn't random. The signal was coming from a planet 1,200 light-years away. A rocky exoplanet orbiting a dying red dwarf star. They named it Kepler 77b. What made it stand out? It wasn't just the signal! It was the fact that this planet, according to every model we had, shouldn't exist. Its orbit was too close to its star, its surface too scorched to sustain any form of life. Yet, there it was, broadcasting something that felt intentional. I was part of the team sent to investigate, not physically. Of course, nobody's stepping foot on a planet that far away. But through a cutting-edge neural interface, we could link our minds to a probe, a robotic explorer equipped with sensors so advanced it could transmit sights, sounds, even sensations back to us. It was like stepping onto Kepler 77b without ever leaving Earth. Or so we thought. The moment we connected, everything changed. The first thing I noticed was the sky. It wasn't just red, it was alive. Swirling patterns of crimson and violet pulsed like veins, as if the planet itself was breathing. The ground wasn't rock or sand, but something softer, almost fleshy, that seemed to shift under the probe's weight. The era, if you could call it that, hummed with a low, constant vibration, like a song you can't quite place but feel in your bones. My team back at the lab was buzzing with excitement. "This is groundbreaking," they said. "We're witnessing something no one's ever seen!" But I wasn't so sure. Something about that hum. It wasn't just sound. It was like it was trying to speak. Day one, we cataloged the basics. Temperature, atmosphere, radiation levels. Kepler 77b was hostile, no question. Surface temperatures hit 800 degrees Celsius in some spots. Yet our probe wasn't melting. It should have been fried in seconds. But it wasn't. That's when I noticed the first anomaly. The probe's cameras kept picking up shapes in the distance stall. Jagged structures that looked like towers, but they weren't there when we zoomed in. It was like the planet was showing us glimpses of something, then hiding it before we could focus. My colleague, Dr. Malik, laughed it off. "Optical illusions," he said. "The heat's playing tricks on the sensors." But I wasn't laughing. I could feel something through the neural link. A pressure, like someone was watching me. By day 3, things got weirder. The signal we detected from Earth, the heartbeat, was louder now, and it wasn't just coming from one spot. It was everywhere. The probe's microphones picked it up in the air, the ground, even the static between transmissions. And then there were the whispers. Faint, garbled sounds that didn't match any language we knew. I thought it was interference at first, but the more I listened, the more it sounded like voices. Not human, not animal, but something else. Something that knew we were there. I reported it to the team, but they couldn't hear it. "It's just you, Alara," they said. The neural link must be glitching, but I knew better. The planet was talking to me. On day 5, I saw her. A figure. Humanoid, but wrong. Standing at the edge of the probe's vision. She was tall, impossibly thin, with limbs that bent in ways they shouldn't. Her face, if you could call it, that was a blur, like static on an old TV screen. She didn't move, didn't speak, but I felt her in my head. A cold, sharp presence, like a needle piercing my thoughts. I tried to disconnect from the neural link, but it wouldn't let me. The controls were unresponsive. My team was screaming at me to stay calm, but I could hear the panic in their voices. They were seeing it too, through the probe's feed. This wasn't an illusion. She was real! The figure started appearing every day after that. Always at the edge of the frame. Always watching. And every time she showed up, the whispers got louder. They weren't just sounds anymore, they were words. Fragments of sentences in a language I couldn't understand but somehow felt familiar. You see us. That's what it sounded like. Over and over. I stopped sleeping. The neural link was supposed to disconnect when we weren't actively using it, but I could still feel Kepler. Setentaisiete the hum, the whispers, the figure they followed me into my dreams. By day 10, the team was falling apart. Dr. Malik started having nosebleeds he couldn't explain. Another colleague, Sarah, kept muttering about patterns in the static. Before she quit the project altogether, I was the only one who could still connect to the probe without losing my mind. Or maybe I was already losing it. The planet was changing me. I started seeing things even when I wasn't linked up. Shadows in my apartment. Flickers of movement in mirrors. Once, I swear, I saw Hertha figures standing at the foot of my bed. I screamed so loud my neighbors called the police. We pushed forward because we had to. The world was watching. News outlets were calling Kepler-77b the discovery of the century. Governments were pouring money into the project, but none of them knew what we were dealing with. The planet wasn't just alive, it was aware. It was studying us as much as we were studying it. And it wasn't friendly. On day 15, the probe found something, a structure, buried deep beneath the surface. Not a tower this time, but a vast, sprawling labyrinth of tunnels that stretched for miles. The walls were covered in symbols, spirals, fractals, shapes that hurt to look at. The deeper the probe went, the stronger the signal became. The heartbeat was deafening now, shaking the probe's frame. And then we saw it. A chamber at the heart of the labyrinth. Inside was a machine ore. At least, that's what we called it. It was massive, pulsating with the same crimson light as the sky. And at its center was her. The figure. She wasn't just watching anymore. She was waiting. I don't know how to describe what happened next. The neural link overloaded. I felt a surge, like my brain was being rewritten. Images flooded my mind cities of glass and bone, skies filled with eyes. Creatures that weren't creatures but something more. And through it all, her voice, clear now, unmistakable. You were never meant to find us, she said. But now you have. The connection cut out. The probe went dark. My team was in chaos, screaming about corrupted data and equipment failure. But I knew the truth. Kepler-77b didn't want us there. It had shown us enough. The mission was officially scrapped a week later. NASA called it a technical malfunction. The public was told the signal was a natural phenomenon, nothing more. But I know what I saw, what I felt. Kepler-77b isn't just a planet. It's a trap. A living, thinking entity that lures you in, plays with your mind, and then decides. I don't know what it's decided about me. I'm still here, after all, but I'm not the same. I hear the hum sometimes, late at night. I see her in the corners of my vision. And I can't shake the feeling that Kepler-77b isn't done with me or with us. This isn't just a story. It's a warning. We're out here searching the stars, thinking we're the hunters. But what if we're the prey? What if there are things out there that don't just want to be found, they want to find us? Kepler-77b is still out there, 1,200 light years away, broadcasting its signal, waiting. And the scariest part? We're still listening. So, what do you think? Is Kepler-77b just a dead rock in space, or is it something more? Something that knows we're watching. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you want to hear more stories like this, stories that keep you up at night, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because the universe is full of secrets. And I'm just getting started.